Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SCFD Wondercast. You might notice that our set looks a little bit different today because we are joined by a couple of very special guests. This is Kin from HawkQuest and Rico, the Harris's Hawk. HawkQuest is a Tier 3 SCFD-funded organization that supports birds of prey and spreading awareness about those birds. So, Kin, thanks so much for being on the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me. It's so nice of you.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to talk to you. I mean, There's so much to get into, but obviously I want to know about Rico. Who is he?
This hawk is called a Harris's hawk.
Okay.
It is not indigenous to Colorado. It's found in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, down Old Mexico. And people who study birds like myself and known as ornithologists feel and believe that the Harris is the brightest out of all the birds of prey in the world.
Wow.
And there's over 500 species. The reason for that is, one, this bird, they live together. Most eagles either hunt by themselves or hunt in a pair. Number two, these group of birds hunt together. Once again, most eagles either hunt by themselves or hunt in a pair. But what makes them very unique in the raptor world is their social behavior. It's a matriarch or a matriarchal society.
Oh, wow.
And most raptors, again, hunt by themselves or a pair, but to have 4 or 5 or even 7 Harrises at the same time, they have a better chance of catching their prey.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. And that sounds pretty unique.
It is unique. I have 6 of these birds.
Do you really?
And when I go out to fly, I take all 6 of them at the same time.
Oh, fun.
And they will literally follow me in the field.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, how fun is that?
Yeah.
How long has Rico been with HawkQuest?
Rico, I bred Rico.
Okay.
Rico is going on 19 years old.
Wow.
And in terms of raptors, for example, the Harrises, in the wild, they can live up to about 9 years old.
Wow.
In captivity, because they eat on a regular basis, they're protected from other predators, they can live up to 30 years old.
Wow. Rico.
So he's got a long ways to go.
I know. He's in his prime. Look at him go.
He is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so where do the majority of the birds of prey come from to HawkQuest?
Very simple. We are not a rehab center.
Okay.
We are an educational organization.
Yep.
And I have special permits to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife and the state of Colorado.
Okay.
So we get our birds from rehabbers.
Got it.
For example, Emma, let's say you're a rehabber and you get an eagle that comes in and it's injured. There are 3 fates to that bird. It's also 3 fates for all the raptors.
Sure.
One is you repair it and send it back into the wild. That is the best scenario. 2 is that you repair it, you can't release it, you have to find somebody like me that have the special permit. 3, if you repair it, you can't put it back into the wild, you can't find a person like me, your next option is you have to euthanize the bird.
Oh, wow.
Which is not cool at all.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thanks to you guys for taking him in. Obviously, you guys do a lot of educational programming.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about what that looks like at HawkQuest?
Absolutely. We are strictly educational.
Okay.
We have a number of programs. One is what we call the Birds of Prey program, and it's an hours program. Well, we can tailor it to either kindergarten all the way up to college level, which we do. But we bring 4 birds. We bring a hawk, which is the Harris hawk, an owl, a falcon, and a bald eagle. And what makes HawkQuest unique in terms of education is we actually fly the hawk, so the kids can see the aerodynamics, see what we talk about, talk about lift, because a lot of people think that the lift on an airplane comes from underneath.
Right.
It's not. It's the opposite. It's from the top.
Oh, interesting.
Because the air is going over and it gets loosened. That's what creates lift.
Sure. And it doesn't work the same way for birds?
Yeah. And they got that from the birds. The Wright brothers saw how the birds, and they say, oh, that's how the wing should work.
I mean, they kind of have it down.
They sure do. They've got this figured out.
Right? Like, that's the best way to do it, I think. That's awesome. And so, do you have, and if you don't, that's okay. Do you have an estimate for how many classrooms get to benefit from this programming?
Oh, last year, we did 800 events.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Saw close to 1 million people.
Wow.
Which I need to get my head examined. But we do, Emma, a lot of 5th and 6th graders. So let's say you're in Jefferson County and you teach 6th grade, and that's where our grant, it's 6th graders specific.
Gotcha.
So there's only so many dates in a year. I mean, kids have to take tests. There's the SAT and lunches. You know, there's a lot of stuff that go into the game.
Yeah.
So we work around that. And that's where FCFD has been so wonderful because we have 3 counties, Arapahoe, Jefferson, and my home county is Douglas.
Yeah.
So come January 1st of 26, we are already 80% booked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Which is a good place to be.
It is. It's really good. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that people are interested in this kind of thing. Like, imagine walking into your classroom and there's a bird of prey waiting for you. How fun for those kids.
I mean, you can bring in slides and pictures and films, and those are all great teaching aids.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, you bring in a photo of a bald eagle, and you got this person talking about it, and I got a real bald eagle over there.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be over there.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't really beat the real thing,
No.
right? What is it like to see kids interact with a bird for the first time?
The sad thing is a lot of kids, their idea of a hawk is a pigeon. And don't get me wrong about that.
Sure.
Because they don't get a chance to go to museums or see these programs. So that's where we come in. We go into the classroom. We are 100% outreach. So for the schools, number one, it saves them on bus costs, the bus driver.
Yeah.
Oh, insurance.
Oh my gosh,
But
yeah.
since we go to the school, and we certainly have liability insurance, they already have it. We
Yeah.
just go in, we go into whatever, the gym, the classroom, and it's nicer for them because they really have a better control of the kids instead of putting them in a bus, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's sort of like a one-stop shop.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
think that's really nice,
Yeah.
and it makes it more accessible
Yeah.
to kids.
The other program we have, which is so unique, is called Owls of North America.
Okay.
Owls is something, see, the hawks, and don't get me wrong, they basically look the same.
Yeah.
This bird looks like an eagle. The difference in the eagle is that it's just bigger.
Right.
But owls, on the other hand, they're so different. So we have owls of North America, and we have an owl. The owls we have are all from North America. So what we do is we bring in a hawk,
Okay.
and we compare the difference between the nocturnal bird as well as the diurnal birds. And the kids are going, wow. So we usually bring in like a great horned owl, which is the largest owl found in Colorado, certainly not the largest in North America.
Yeah.
We bring in a barn owl, and people can relate to that bird because of Harry Potter.
Yep.
We bring in what they call a barred owl that nobody ever sees because it's not indigenous to Colorado.
Okay.
And we bring in a small screech owl that only weighs about 4.5 ounces.
So cute. I think I've seen that guy.
Yeah. So the point is, they get to see that owls have a range of sizes. The colors are basically the same because there's this thing called camouflage.
Yeah.
You never see a white owl in the wild, okay, except maybe up north with the snowy owl.
Right.
But here, man, they're not going to last long. Just like you never see white mice in the wild. They're
Yeah.
not going to last long.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember in elementary school dissecting an owl pellet, but I'm like imagining how different it would have been to actually encounter an owl.
And we save the owl pellets.
Oh,
'cause
do you?
it's wonderful education. And we actually, the schools, when we do an owl program,
Yeah.
we send pellets beforehand so they can study it, which is
They
kind
are
of
really interesting and kind of like hair raising.
yeah, but pellets on owls, they kind of tell you what's going on in the environment.
Sure. Yeah.
Because they don't digest the bones. So what they do is we have a chart, and the kids dissect the pellet and then take the pieces. Oh, this is the femur, this is the neck, and they kind of put it in this
Oh,
chart.
really cool.
So they go, wow, that's kind of cool.
That's really cool. Yeah.
But the hawks, when they eat a mouse, it just digests everything.
Oh, okay. So they have like, sorry, I have to ask a question about poop, but they have just normal bird
Yeah,
poop?
normal bird poop. yeah.
Okay, interesting. So
Yeah.
owls are the only ones that have the pellets.
No, the hawks have it too.
Oh, okay.
But it's just that the hawks, when they cough up the pellet, it's just fur.
Oh,
The
gotcha.
owl is fur and bones.
And bones.
So a lot of ornithologists and researchers, they literally, they'll pick an area, and they said, okay, we want to see, number one, what kind of owls are found in the area. Number two, which is the important part, what species are found in this area. And the way they do that, number one, observation, but they do it with pellets. Yeah.
That's super interesting.
And then that tells them what's going on down here, because everything starts down here, then
Right.
it goes up, because they're the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
So what happens is when they study these pellets, they can tell that an area is a healthy environment.
Sure.
Instead of, man, there's nothing here. So,
Right.
and if there's no food, the predators are gone too. I mean,
Right.
it's just, it's not rocket science.
Yeah,
so.
the proof is in the pellet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's good.
Putting that comms degree to work.
I love it, yeah.
Do you have, like, thinking back on all of the schools you visited and the many years you've been doing this, is there like an experience that stands out to you of when you were like, yes, like this is what I need to be doing?
That. I'm glad you asked that. There is a school in Colorado Springs, and it's the school for the blind.
Okay, yeah.
And obviously our site very participatory. So I was getting ready to do this lecture, and I said, man, how can I get to these kids with because you say, oh, it's a bird.
Yeah.
So what I did was I lined up the kids, and I said, all right, guys, pull your hair back, put your hands up. I'm going to rock the hawk back.
Oh, wow.
And I want you to feel the wind from its wings. So can I do that?
Sure, yeah. Let me
So
feel the wind.
I'm going to rock it back.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
You see
That
what I
is a
mean?
powerful blast of
Yeah.
wind. Yes.
And so what happens is they felt that, and I said, now, take your arms, put it straight out, and do this. And we show them how it's done. And they go, oh, I got it.
Yep.
And they connect it.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that was probably one of the most, and I've done thousands of lectures, but that one was really cool because they couldn't see what we were talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And what a cool way to find a way for them to experience that in the same
And
way.
I thought about that like 2 minutes before I went in because I was just trying to figure out. And then, of course, we brought feathers.
Oh, yep.
And, we brought an eagle feather, which is the shaft is very hard. Then we brought an owl feather that was very soft. So we can connect on saying, listen, the eagles have to have a very stiff shaft because they weigh a lot.
Sure.
Owls really don't have to fly much because
that's a good point.
they have all the advantages.
Right.
They hunt at night.
Right.
80% of the rodents throughout the world come out at night. So when we connected with that, it was so cool. And when they felt the breeze from the hawk, then I also rocked the owl back. The hawk was really loud, but the owl was really quiet.
Sure. Yeah, it has
So
to
it
be.
connected, and of course, their sensitivity on their ears is much higher than ours because
Yeah.
they have to depend. And their skin, which is the largest organ in our body, they really felt it. And the teacher goes, teacher was actually crying. I go,
Oh.
is something wrong? She goes, no. She says, we've had people come in and do lectures, but they never connected like you did with the birds. I said, well, it's not me. It's really the birds. And she goes, no, it's you.
What an awesome experience,
Yeah.
and what a great way, to bring birds to everyone.
Oh, and then that was just so cool. And that
Yeah.
was one of the highlights. I have a lot of highlights.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I've done lectures for veterans that are like quadriplegic, and just especially Native American veterans. And
Oh, sure.
the eagle is very high esteem because they felt that it flew closest to the spirits. So we do a lot of powwows, and we do a lot of.
Oh, wow. Really cool.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in all of this?
It's a long story, but I'll tell you. I come from Guam.
Okay.
And when I was 9, this is a true story, I saw a movie called The Vikings. You probably don't remember that movie. And the actors were Tony Curtis, Kirk Douglas. Does that even sound familiar?
It sounds familiar.
Okay. The Vikings train birds.
Okay.
There was a scene in the movie where a hawk caught a pheasant in the air. And Emma, I was so enamored by that I said, someday I'm going to train birds.
Wow.
But I had 2 problems. Number one is, what do I know at 9? And number 2, we don't have any hawks in Guam.
Sure.
So I ended up going to school up at the university in Boulder, and I met this young lady, and I was really trying to date her. So I asked her out. She was an art major, and she said yes. To my surprise, I went over to pick her up, and she had a photograph of a red-tailed hawk.
Oh, no
That she
way.
was doing a project for one of her class.
Oh, how funny.
And I knew it was a trained bird because they had these jetsies around the bird's legs. And her name was Robin. And I said, Robin, where'd you get the picture? She says, I know a guy that's a falconer. I said, man, I should like to meet this guy.
Yeah.
And I got his number, kept calling him. After about the 18th time, he finally invited me over to his home. And sure enough, in his backyard, he had his perch. He has his red tail on the perch. And Emma, I couldn't believe I was in the presence as somebody was actually doing this.
Yeah.
Well, we talked for about an hour and a half, and he must have liked me. Because he said, Ken, how'd you like to hold that hawk? I said, man, I've been waiting a long time for this. And he put the glove on, and I held that hawk. And I don't say this to be funny. I was in hawk heaven. And then he sponsored me, because you have to have a sponsorship. And again, you have to take a test through the state.
Oh, wow.
And I got through all that, and I got my first red-tailed hawk. And I couldn't believe I was doing this. I just was like, just in heaven. Because I would put that bird on a fence post, I would walk away, and I would call it, and it would come to me.
Wow, really cool.
And I was just having a great time learning about the prairie ecology, learning about raptors. But I saw a lot of birds that were shot. I saw a lot of birds that were electrocuted, hit chain link fence, hit by cars. And I just felt deeply I needed to do something, really didn't know what to do. At the time, I was living in Aurora. We now have our facility in Parker.
Yeah.
And I had a teacher friend from the Aurora School District that was doing a unit on the prairie ecology. Well, since the red tail was found in the prairies, my friend Beth says, Ken, why don't you bring your hawk and talk to my kids? I said, Beth, I don't know what to say. And she said, bring the hawk in. We'll have the kids ask questions, and you take it from there. And I said, I can do that. There was nothing the kids could ask me about this particular bird that I couldn't answer.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I thought they'd be bored after 10 minutes. Ended up staying for the whole day, the whole hour. Then the three other fourth grade teachers stuck their head in the door and says, we're doing that same unit. Can you come and do ours?
Yeah.
And I ended up staying for the whole day, and I felt pretty good about myself. And to me, luck is when opportunity and preparation meets. Well, of course, those teachers told another teacher, that teacher, and got to the point I was doing a lot more of that in my real job. And then one day, I get a call from a principal, and I knew it was coming. She says, I'm a friend of Bev, we'd like you to come do a lecture at our school for the fourth graders. I said, all right. And then she said something that changed everything. She says, we have 600 kids. We'd like you to do the whole school. I said, but the point was, I hung up that phone, and I said, man, somebody's going to pay me to do this. And that's how it all started. And that was back in 1985.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 1984, and we incorporated as a 501c3 at 1985.
Wow.
And we've been going strong.
Well, we're happy to help support things like that. Like the work you all do is amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we love you guys.
And
so.
how cool it is to see a hawk
It's so
this
cool.
close,
Oh my God, I don't think I've ever been this close
Well,
to a
there
hawk
you go.
aside from when I
And
started
you're an
interacting with
adult.
you guys.
You see, and just imagine a kindergarten.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that would be so fun.
Yeah.
You guys brought like a little kestrel to one of our days at the Capitol.
Yes.
And I think about that little guy a lot.
and we have 3 of them.
Oh, they're so cute and tiny.
And I want to thank you for having us, because you guys have had us down there at the Capitol, and it's a hit. The Congress people, everybody comes down to see the hawks.
Yeah. Just for our listeners that don't know what we're talking about, SCFD does an annual day at the Capitol. So we bring a selection of our funded partners up to the Capitol to interact with legislators and people in the public. So mark your calendars for sometime in February. That's usually when it is.
And then the other thing you do is the free day at the museum.
Yep.
Is it Teachers' Night?
Yeah, it's SCFD Educators Night.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're always there.
Yeah.
And all the teachers will go, wow, I've never heard of this, or I know a friend that did this. We want to have your card, yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
amazing.
appreciate that as well.
Oh, well, again, happy to support you. All are the ones out there with the Hawks doing the hard work.
Yeah.
So HawkQuest is a volunteer organization,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Okay, so if people are interested in volunteering, so how does that work?
Very simple. They can certainly go to our website, hawkquest.org, and we have great volunteers, and nobody messes with Kin's volunteers because you build an organization with people, all the infrastructure, all the crap, don't get me wrong by that, that will come, but you build it with people and you treat people like people. I have volunteers at Emma, that's been with me for 25 years.
Wow, amazing.
Now that's unheard of in the volunteer world. I
Yeah.
have a lot in the 15, 16, 17 years, you know. And of course you always have people leaving, they get married or get a job and move away. But we have a volunteer class, and if people are interested, they just go on our website. And we put you through a class because there's a huge liability here.
Sure.
Especially
Yep.
in
Live animals.
And we carry a huge liability insurance policy that I never want to use.
Yeah.
But to go into schools, you're not going to walk in that school without a liability.
Sure.
So we have to make sure that the volunteers are trained and know how to hold a bird. Safety is huge in my,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, what else should people know about the birds that you work with, or Rico here,
Very
our
good.
guest?
The birds that we have, you have to have special permits. In fact, that is the last thing that I tell the kids. We also have feathers that we use. You can't have the feathers, okay, because they're protected.
Sure.
And if you have a feather in your possession and you don't have the right permits, the way the law reads is you had to shoot the bird to get it.
Oh, wow.
So it's basically black and white, you know. There's no gray area.
Right.
So the biggest thing that we tell the kids is that, you can't just go out because, this business is 24/7. Weather, I mean, heat.
Oh my gosh, it's been a hot summer too.
And what kills birds is heat.
Oh, really?
So in our facility called a Mews, M-E-W-S, means hawk house, I have sprinkler system at the top.
Oh, nice.
And I've also planted vines inside, okay? So it's not as sterile,
Yeah,
And birds really don't hang out together, so a hawk looking at an owl, that doesn't cut it.
sure.
But when you put a vine, they don't have to look at each other.
Oh, nice.
But lately it's been so hot that the sprinkler system, let's say it's 90 degrees out, you'll bring it down to 70.
Oh, wow.
So-
Well, that's great.
Oh, so that's top priority at Hawk.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's hot for me, so I can't imagine being a bird full of feathers.
And then exercise. Well, all of our birds get exercise.
Nice.
So that's huge in my book.
Yeah.
These guys all get flown.
What does it look like to exercise the birds?
When we start them out, there's this thing called a crayon,
Okay.
C-R-A-N-C-E. It's a line. And you hook it up to the swivel here.
Okay.
And you have a perch, let's say, from the window to your wall. And when they come out of the molt, you don't want to break their feathers.
Right.
So there's a lot of blood in it. If you break it, they can bleed. But anyway,
Oh, I didn't know that.
so once they molt out and all the feathers are in, we slowly will fly them from point A to point B, because they're tied to this leash in
Yeah.
the Mews, so they haven't really flown, and you got to be careful that you don't overstress their heart,
Right.
because they've been sitting.
Right.
It's just like an athlete. If he's somebody that's in shape and they get hurt, they atrophy faster than people that are not in shape. So we have to slowly let them fly 3 feet, 5 feet,
Sure.
10 feet. And then after that, if they're flying 10 or 15 feet, 15 to 20 times, and they're not gasping, then we take these off and we fly them free.
Oh, wow.
So that way they can fly, 50, 60 to 100 yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
How fast can a hawk like Rico fly?
It depends.
Okay.
But you're looking at about 30 miles an hour on a level flight.
Wow. Oh my
But,
gosh.
from 100 feet up, they can dive 100 miles an hour.
Wow. That's amazing.
But they're not really designed for that.
Sure.
The bird that does that is the peregrine falcon,
Okay.
which is clocked at 240 miles an hour.
Oh, my
out of a
goodness.
dive. And that's
Jeez.
cranking.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I have so many questions. Where do I even
No,
go?
keep going. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. Obviously, I think probably a huge part of this work is developing a relationship with the birds, right?
Yes.
What is your relationship like with some of these animals?
My relationship with the birds is that it's not a master-slave relationship. It's a partnership.
Yeah.
if you look at mankind's history from Genghis Khan, and he had like 500 golden eagles at one time,
Whoa.
to Henry VIII, he was a falconer, to today, again, the relationship is not a master-slave relationship, it's a partnership.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more involved when you train birds, called the Yarak scale.
Okay.
And the word Yarak comes from India. It's when a bird of prey puts itself in a sugar fit. Just like if you go into a sugar fit, you like, shaking.
Oh,
right?
sure. Yeah, like eating too many
So,
donuts or something.
Birds of prey, unlike prairie dogs or rabbits, when there's a huge storm and we're going to get 2 or 3 feet of snow, they can go under.
Oh, whoa.
And let me tell you, 3 or 4 feet underground is pretty warm.
Yeah.
Well, the raptors have to sit it out.
Right.
Okay. So what happens is it's almost like an eighth sense. They say, "Oh, I better catch something, because if I don't catch something, I'm going to die."
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me take Rico here, for example.
Okay.
His Yarak weight is 20 ounces. His molting weight is 35 ounces.
Okay.
So now you have a range.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, right after a Thanksgiving dinner, you're not going to go do a 100-yard dash.
No.
We're just going to lay.
Some people do.
watch-
I don't.
But you watch football or whatever.
Yeah.
So you find the Yarak weight, and you have to be careful, because if you go past that, you can kill him.
Oh, wow.
And then you have the molting weight, then you slowly, because we weigh the birds every day, especially when we're flying, you come down to what they call the flying weight.
Okay.
This bird's flying weight is 24 ounces.
Oh, wow.
Now, if I take him into the field and a rabbit gets up from here to that wall, boom, he's off the glove.
I'm sure. Yeah.
24 ounces. At 24 and a half ounces, if a rabbit gets up, he'll probably chase it. At 25 ounces, forget it.
Really?
That's how tight it is.
Wow.
Because they're not going to waste any energy in the wild just chasing
Yeah,
things.
fair enough. Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
That's so interesting. So it's part of your job to sort of maintain that.
Exactly.
weight in
I mean,
addition.
at HawkQuest, I train all the birds. In fact, what's today? Wednesday?
Yep.
Friday or Saturday, depending on the heat, we're getting a new barn owl,
Oh, wow.
which I'm really psyched.
That's
you know.
awesome. Where's that owl coming from?
It's coming from Maryland. It's a
Whoa.
breeding program.
Oh, wow. That's a long way to go.
Yeah, and what's nice when you get birds from a breeding program is that you didn't take any bird from the wild.
Yeah.
You need to leave those guys alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So
I
what-
hope I answered that question.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
so interesting.
Okay.
I think, yeah, it seems like there's a lot more that goes into it than just
Oh.
like holding the bird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When people see us, and man, the bald eagle sits really well.
Mm-hmm.
I tell the handler, says, open the wings, raise the wings up, show a 6-foot wingspan. Everybody says, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand. Do you play music?
Yeah,
Do you
actually.
play piano?
No, I played the violin.
Violin. Well, if you see somebody playing the violin,
Mm-hmm.
and the easier it looks,
Yeah.
the more time they have invested in that.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
play piano, I play classical guitar. And if you see somebody that plays piano, they're going up and down the keyboard, you say,
Yeah.
man, that's nothing. Until you try it. So
Right.
the more time, the easier it looks, the more time you have invested in it.
Sure.
And the same thing with training birds for falconry. The easier it looks. For example, this bird hasn't baited, it hasn't jumped off the glove. He's just sitting here like, because I've spent a lot of time with him,
Yeah.
and I have a lot of my volunteers spend a lot of time with him.
Yeah, he knows you.
So when we go into a classroom, we out because that's number one priority. We don't want to stress the bird.
Right. Yeah.
Does this bird look stressed to you?
No, he loves it.
He's
He's ready
is
for his
the-
close-up.
Yeah, he is the coolest bird. Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Does he have like any particular personality traits or
Oh,
anything
yes.
that stands out?
Oh, yes. For example, he doesn't like horses,
Oh, interesting.
but he doesn't mind somebody on a horse. So what I do is, I kind of see, oh, he didn't like that.
Yep.
So we don't put him in those situations.
Oh, wow.
Another thing is that all the birds we have when we go into the classroom, they don't like fans above them
Okay, sure.
because birds of prey are designed to look down. You have this thing called a brow right there. You never see birds of prey or raptors doing this.
Yeah.
So they don't like things above them because they're the top predators. You know, if there's a
Right.
bird above them, they're vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. And he's like looking at me. Hey.
But he's just, like I said, he's just so awesome. And that's, I have been around birds of prey for a long time. I actually need about 3 more lifetimes to figure it out. And I knew I couldn't be an expert of all of them.
Yeah.
But Emma, I am an expert on Harris hawks. I've been training them for over 25, 30 years.
Wow.
I understand their personality. I understand how to get them to work with me. And once I get that down, and I know what makes them tick, then I train my volunteers to the bird.
Yeah.
It's not the bird to the volunteers, it's the volunteers to the bird.
I think that's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
It seems like, you know.
Now,
being an
what he's
expert-
doing is called preening.
Okay.
And all birds of prey do that. He's taking care of his feathers. And that means this bird is so relaxed.
Really? Oh, awesome.
He's just clean. He doesn't really care.
And he obviously doesn't mind bears,
No,
so that's a good
he's-
thing.
And he's hanging out with me, you know. Usually I hold him at the. Sometimes I watch TV with him.
Really?
We
Oh my
watch
gosh.
football.
Does he have any favorite shows?
Yeah. I don't know if he has any favorite, but when we watch football, he's always rooting for the other team instead of the Broncos.
I love that. He keeps it interesting.
It is, yeah.
Have fun. Well, Ken, how can people support HawkQuest?
Well, very simple. Our phone number is 303-690-6959. They can go on our website, hawkquest.org. There's an organization, which is Kroger or King Supers,
Yep.
and you have your discount card. And they only do it for 501c3s.
Yeah.
But if you take your discount card and you hook up HawkQuest, and we have a little flyer that we hand out, every time you make a purchase, HawkQuest gets a small percentage. It's not a big percentage, but a lot of people, you know, say $1 is not a lot of money. But it is if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Just ask the people on the streets, you know. And what's nice about the King Supers program is that it doesn't cost you any money.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter during COVID, we still needed to eat.
Right.
So the point is, it doesn't cost you any money, and once you use your card, a percentage of what you buy, and King Supers is real good about this, they kick back to HawkQuest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. That's like a weekly thing that everyone can do to help you guys out.
And
That's great.
the key is to get as many people as you can, you know.
Awesome.
And so it's just another way of raising funds. So that's one way. Obviously, they can donate. The other thing is they can adopt a bird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's on the website. Number
Awesome.
2, they can sponsor a program. We have a lot of people that their child goes to a particular school, and the school's funding maybe is kind of down, you know, especially today, right? So they go ahead and pay for the lectures. So that's another way they can do.
Gotcha. And people can catch you. It sounds like you guys are at the Plains Conservation Center every once in a while, right?
Well, that is through, again, FCFD with the Arapahoe County.
Yep.
And there's the Plains Conservation, the Scenic Nature Center. So what we do is we do lectures at the Plains and at Scenic, and it's free to the public.
Well, great. Is there anything else you want people to know about HawkQuest?
Well, we are one of the oldest raptor organization in Colorado. Like I said, we've been around since 1985. And I've got my plans set because, you know, eventually I'm going to have to retire. You know?
No.
I mean, I don't want to, but eventually, you know. But I have some key people. I have some people that are so dedicated. And again, to them, money's the least of values because how cool it is to hang out with a bald eagle, you know,
awesome.
or a hawk or an owl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well,
yeah.
I hope that's not too soon, but, you know, good luck with the next
No,
chapter. and-
you know, I still have at least a couple of more years.
Okay, good. Well, thank you both for being on the SCFD Wondercast, and I'll see you all next time for our next episode. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
thank you. And thanks for having us.
I mean, this is so
like
fun for me.